Wrong game, Tybo. First game that we're talking about, return from your segment, Bucks Lions. Go ahead, get your hate out for Baker while we're here.
Luck buy-ins.
We knew how this game was going to go. We knew Bucks were going to lose. My favorite part personally was CJ Gardner Johnson picking off Baker and tossing him in the ball on the sideline.
I bet it was.
Hilarious to see. Um, love the energy from him. He's still wearing those ski masks. Love that. Just toss that ball right over to Baker. Shut him up. But the most surprising thing for me was honestly, do you think the Buccaneers should have called a timeout there at the very end?
I was just about to ask that question. I think that was horrible coaching from Todd Bowles. Uh, yeah, you called it. You call it timeout.
9 points. You don't have. You only have the one timeout remaining. Am I
They were only
correct?
down by 8 at that point.
I thought it was 9.
The game ended 31-23. So that's 8.
Oh,
So
whoopsies.
all you have to do is call the timeout. They were lined up. They could have kicked a 48-yard field goal, but as we saw in the Chiefs Bills game, completely missable, even if it is in a dome. I don't care. If he misses that, there is your opportunity. If he makes it, hey, game over. But you at least tried. You gave it a chance. You didn't give it a chance. You didn't call the timeout. And you're ended up here. And to be quite honest, I don't know if I'm the Tampa Bay Bucks owner, I don't know if I bring Todd Bowles back. Yeah, you made the playoffs, but that is a bad mistake. That is a bad mistake. You didn't even give yourselves an opportunity for a last minute drive.
Do you think Todd Bowles was thinking, damn, we have Baker, we can't do it?
I mean, 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. If that's what he's thinking, that's probably not who you want as your head coach as well. Looking at yeah, Baker had 2 picks, didn't play the greatest game. We've didn't play a good game. That offensive line was absolutely horrible. Guys in his face all night. The Detroit Lions defensive line was having themselves a heyday. Aiden Hutchinson was eating every single opportunity that he could take. Baker had guys in his face all day. We had another week of drop after drop after drop from guys like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. It just Bucks. Nobody on the Bucks team was there to play, and Todd Bowles wasn't there to be a coach. And he's proven in this league that he can't be a head coach.
See, it could be some of that, but it's also more of the Lions came to play. The Lions were hungrier. They wanted it more. They wanted to bite the kneecaps off.
I don't disagree.
HCTC.
They came to play. That's why Rashad White, one of the best running backs in the league this year, only had 9 carries. Like, yeah, the coaching wasn't good.
There were 2 better running backs on the opposing team. Rashad
Oh,
White was a benefit of just pure volume. Like they just gave him the ball all the time. He's not that good.
I think that's an overstatement.
He's not that good.
He's not that good, apparently.
I guess. Why isn't he that good? Just because of volume. That's it.
He's just. I mean.
So Derrick Henry, not good. Just benefit the volume.
No. Have you seen Rashad White stiff arm anybody the way Derrick Henry stiff arms people?
Don't need to.
You know who stiff arms?
Have you seen
you know
him
who
rip
stiff
off
arms
a run
hard?
like Derrick
Don't
Henry
need to.
rips
Volume.
You know who doesn't have much volume and stiff arms like crazy? Jahmyr Gibbs. Had that speed run on the outside.
That's what I'm saying. There's 2 better running backs on the opposing team. I would take David Montgomery or Jahmyr Gibbs, especially Jahmyr Gibbs, over Rashad White.
He's being used like Bijan Robinson should have been used.
Are you like just like a secondary Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan? Like
what? Oh, I would take Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't think you're giving Rashad White enough credit just by saying he's only good because of volume. I think that's a super lazy opinion and super lazy take.
What do you expect? What do you expect?
The Bucks are in trouble this offseason. Detroit, obviously, much better team. Their fans are mainly, most of them are pieces of
Anybody's
shit.
gonna have good
Congratulations.
stats if you have 42% of a team's touches.
A la
Like,
Derrick Henry. Detroit's fan base, majorly giant pieces of shit.
Whoa, where's this coming from?
Just our comment sections and Twitter and watching them at their
You
at
talking
their
about
stadium.
Pat Statsford?
Pat Statsford.
that shit is hilarious.
That was so good. That was the trolls from Detroit. Very funny. Also, there's a lot of non-trolls who don't know ball, much like me in basketball. But the Bucks are in a lot of trouble this offseason. I think they've got over 13 players who will be hitting free agency, including Mike Evans this year, depending on franchise tags, of course. What a lot of trouble in for the Bucks. Do we see them returning a lot of players? Should a lot of these players be leaving? What are we thinking happens with Tampa Bay this offseason?
Blow it all up. Start over. Who cares? It's Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I don't really care.
No matter what happens, it's probably gonna be like another rebuild, like the Saints. Not
If
really
you
a
guys
rebuild,
want,
but
if you want Todd Bowles gone, like what? I mean, just like shake it up all over.
yeah, it doesn't excite me until Todd
Get-
Bowles is fired.
Get new everything.
I mean, they didn't matter before Tom Brady. They won't matter after Tom Brady by a year. So, you know, back to the epitome of
But
horrible.
do they keep Baker? That's the question you should be asking.
If I'm Tampa, it totally depends on if I'm
Who
bringing
takes
back
Baker?
weapons. They're obviously going to have Chris
What
Godwin
takes
return.
Baker?
If I'm Baker, I'd probably try and find a different team,
Where does
especially if
Baker go?
a lot of these guys don't return. But
Is
How
there?
depends on the
does
contract after.
Baker?
We need to look in the record books for quarterbacks that have had the most coaches played under.
Baker has the most
Baker's
in
think
the
he
amount
has-
of time that he's been in the league.
you think
There's
he's
no
got
other
more
player. He's had 9 head coaches
Ryan Fitzpatrick?
in
Josh
6 years.
McCown.
In 6 years.
I'm not. I'm just. I'm talking about overall. Like,
You've got to put them inside. Like, yes, they're going to have more head coaches because they were in the league for 30 freaking years. Like, what
So
sense does that
yeah,
make? You've got to put it in the time frame that Baker's been in the league.
Baker still had a lot of head coaches.
what if Baker's out of
I'm
the
just-
what if
He's
Baker's out
had
of the
the
league after
most
this year
head
though?
coaches in the first 6 years of his career.
What if he's out of the league after this year? You got to count by total career then.
Then in 6 years that he was in the league, he still had the most head coaches in the 6 year span.
Okay, let's
Come on, Sean.
this is too much of a tangent. This is a dumb tangent. I think the Lions are a fun team. If they
Fan
can
base
put
is
together
horrible.
a pass rush against the Niners, look out. Yeah.
I hope they get obliterated by
You
the
hope
Niners.
they get obliterated?
I hope it's not
Like,
even
I
a
like the
game.
team. Fuck
40
fuck
nothing.
them.
I love the team. Love the team. Love Amon Ra. Love Dan Campbell. Aiden Hutchinson's a
We're just like
cheater.
Pat Statsford.
And the Detroit fans are dirty. Just dirty little mongrels. I hope it's cold up there.
I mean, dirty fans are everywhere though. I've said they're here, they're there.
They're there. They're everywhere.
They're in Oakland, they're in Philly, they're in New England, Boston.
Well, there's no team in Oakland.
You know
There's
what
still
I mean?
fans in Oakland.
There's still fans in Oakland.
Rip.
Golden State fans. Okay.